Hello everyone, welcome to another video on microprocessor 8085 programs and then running those programs using GNU Sim 8085 simulator. In this particular video, we will basically discuss two important programs. The first program will be the addition of two 8-bit numbers. Okay. And the second program will be the multiplication of two 8-bit numbers. Okay. So we will discuss these two programs in this particular video. And by discussing these two programs, we will understand the use of arithmetic instructions. We will also understand the use of data transfer instructions. And we will also discuss the use of branch instructions. Okay. So in data transfer, we will understand how we can transfer data from memory to registers, register to register, and also from input-output ports. Okay. So without wasting your time, let's start the first program. What is the first program? Addition of two 8-bit numbers. Okay. So let me load that particular program here. I have already written that program. So let's load that particular program here. So I will open that program. So this is the program for addition of two 8-bit numbers. Okay. So what is the program? The program is saying that there are two 8-bit numbers. One is stored at memory location 0026H. So if this is our memory, so let's take the memory here. So this is the memory. Okay. And in this memory location, one address is 0026H. And at this particular address, we have number 1 stored, N1. Okay. And the other is taken as input from input port. So other number is taken as input from input port with address 01H. So this is an input port and the other number is taken from this input port. So N2. Okay. What we have to do, add these two numbers and store the result and carry at memory location 0027 and 0028H respectively. Okay, so here we have to store the addition, or we can say the result, and here we have to store the carry bit. Okay, and it is also saying also display the result at output port 05H and carry at port 06H. We have to display this at output port with address 05H, and we have to display this carry at output port 06H. Okay. So what will be the program? How we will execute this program? So let me discuss this here. So we will use a register C. In this register, we will initially place 00H. 00H means initially we will place 0 in this particular register. Okay. This particular address, this memory address, where we have stored our first number, we will load this address into HL register pair. So the first is initialize C register. Okay. Then second is load address in HL register pair. And what is this address? This address is the address of first number. Okay. Then third, load number, this particular number, this number, N1 number in a register B register. So our B register contains N1 and our C register contains 0. and our H register contains this address, HL register pair 0026H. Then fourth is we will take input from input port with address 01H. So from this input port, we will take this number as input and we will store it in accumulator. So our accumulator contains N2. Okay. Then after that, we will add B to A. So this A contains N2. Now we are adding N1 to this. And this result we will store in A. So our result has been stored in A up to this point. But after this point, we have to check. What we have to check? If there is no carry, So if there is no carry, so that means carry was 0. Okay. Then what we have to do? We have to store A at what address? 0027H and store 0 because carry is 0. We have to store 0 at 0028H. So our 0 is contained in C. So we will say store C at 0028H. So it is saying if there is no carry. However, if there is a carry, so that means carry is equal to what? 1. Then in that case, what we will do? We will increment C. So what was C? C was 0. Now we are incrementing C. Incrementing C means now C becomes 1. So after incrementing, we will do these two instructions. So that means these two instructions, these store instructions are to be executed in both these scenarios. If there is no carry and if there is carry. Okay. Then after that, we will do a halt. Also, we have to give these results at output ports 05H and 06H. Okay. So I have written this program here. So let's come to the step by step. First, initialize C. So here we are initializing C. So this is our first step. Then second is load address in HL register pair. So here we are loading address in HL register pair. Then load number in register B. So we have to load this number N1 in B register. So we are using this instruction. So what is this instruction? It is move BM. M means go to the memory at what address? At the address stored by HL register pair. So it is saying go to this particular memory location, bring data from this and place that data in B. Okay. Then comes this instruction in 01H. It is saying go to input port with address 01H and get data into accumulator. So it is running the fourth instruction. So that means it is running this one. Now after that, what we are doing? Add B. So add B is saying that add accumulator and B and store the result in A. So accumulator contains N2 and B contains N1. Now our accumulator contains result, final result. Then what we are seeing? So here, now we are at the sixth step. It is saying if there is no carry, so it is using this instruction, JNC, this one. JNC, jump, not carry. Jump on, not carry. So it is saying if there is no carry. So it is saying that if there is no carry, simply store. Store means go to this routine. Okay. So it is saying jump here. Jump to store. Where is store here? So what is this doing? Increment H. What was H? H was 0026. It is basically increment register pair. So our register pair is HL. So it contains 0026. Now we are incrementing it. Incrementing means 0027. Then move MA. Move the result stored in A. What is there in A? In A is our addition result. Store this addition result at this location. What is this location? Location pointed by HL register pair. What is there in HL register pair? 0027. So it is saying store A at 0027. So it is executing this. Then after that, again increment HL register pair. It was 0027. Now we are making it 0028. Then store carry C at M. What is C? 0. Since we are saying there is no carry, so we have to store C. C is 0. So we are storing 0 at this address. Then it is saying out 05H. It is saying display A. The value stored in A. What is the value stored in A? Addition value. Okay. We have to display it at this output port. So this is the instruction for displaying value stored in A at this particular output. Okay. Then we are moving C. What is there in C? At this point in C, we have 0 because there was no carry. So move this value to A. Now A contains the carry. A contains 0. Then we are displaying this carry at output port 06H. Then we are ending the program. Okay. So this is for this case. Now, if the case is this one, there is a carry. So that means this particular instruction was false. False means that there is carry. So that means it will go here. It will not jump. It will go here. What is this saying? Increment C. So C was 0. It will make C is equal to 1. Now C equal to 1 means that there was a carry. Carry was 1. Okay. Then it will directly go here. So this particular thing, it will again store A and C at these two addresses. And it will also output these two at these two ports. Okay. And it will end the program. So this is all about this particular program. Now let's run this program. So I hope you understood this program. Now let's run this particular program. Okay. So for running, what we have to do, everyone knows that we have to save this program. Since I have already saved this program. Okay. Now we are saying that we have two numbers. One number is stored at this address 0026H. So let's first convert this 0026 into decimal. What it will be? 38. So let's go to the memory. So in the memory on this particular area, in the memory, you can see what is this 0026. So at this address 0026. Here we are saying that we have one number. So let's store some number here. So by storing some number in the memory, you have to give the memory address in decimal here. So what is that? 38. So if you don't know about these things, you can watch our previous video where I have explained all these things. So let's store some value. Let's store 20 and update memory. So here at this point, our value is 20 at this address. Okay. Now another number, it is saying it is stored at input port 01. So here are our input ports. Okay. So at input port of address 01. Okay. This particular address, we have to place another number. What is that number? So let's place at number 12. So at input port 01, we have number 12. Now we want to do addition of these two, 12 and value stored at 0026. What is that? 20. So 12 plus 20, it will be 36. Okay. So our result 0027 should contain 32. Okay. Because 12 plus 20 is 32. So our 0027 address should contain 32. Our 0028 should contain carry. So here in this case, there won't be any carry. Okay. So it should contain 0. Fine. Also at output port 05H, we should have 32. And at output port 06H, we should have 0. Okay. So let's run that program and let's see. So let's first do the assemble. So it is showing that program assembled successfully. So now let's do execute. Okay. Now let's see what is there at this location 0027. So let's go into the memory at this location 0027. So 0027 contains our result 32 and 0028 should contain 0. So here it is 0. Also in the output ports, what is the output port? 05H. 05H, we have data 32. And at 06H, data should be 0. Okay, fine. Now let's change it so that carry also becomes 1. So let's update this value. And at this value, let's write some other value. Let's write 200. Okay. Update memory. And our input output port at 1, let's write it 100. Because we know that at one location we can only store 0 to 255. So it is greater than 255. So we won't be able to store it at one location. There will be overflow. So that means there will be carry. Okay. So let's do the assemble. Let's do execute. So now after execution, let's see the values. Okay. Let's go to, so it is input output port. So our 05 should contain the addition. So let's do the addition first. So what we have 200 plus 100. So this is our value. The result should be 300. Okay. But we know that this cannot be stored in 8 bits. So you can represent 200 using 8 bits. What is 200 using 8 bits? So it is 200 is 11001000. So this is 200 in binary. And 100 in binary will be 11001000. So this is 8 bits. Now let's do the addition. 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. 1 plus 1 is 0. 1 plus 1 is 0. And carry will be 1. So this will be carry. And this will be the result that is stored in accumulator. So if you can convert this in decimal, so in decimal it will be 4, 8, 32. It will be 10, 14. It will be 44. Okay. So at memory location, or we can say at port, what was the port? 05H. At port 05, we should have value 44. At port 06, we should have value 1 because carry is 1. Okay. Also at memory location 0027, we should have value 44. And at memory location 0028, we should have value 1. So let's check it here. So let's first go to input output ports. Here you can check. At 05 port, we have value 44. And at 06, we have value 1. Now let's check into the memory also. So let's go to this particular address. So at memory location 0027, we have 44. And at memory location 0028, we have 1. That is the carry. Okay. So this completes the discussion about this particular program. Now let's discuss another program. Okay. And also here you can check the flags also. For example, the carry flag is 1. So that means there was a carry. Okay. Likewise, you can check these other registers as well. So now let's come to the next program. That is the program related to multiplication of two binary numbers. Okay. Not binary numbers, basically multiplication of two 8-bit numbers. And before starting that program, you have to understand that using this program, we are able to understand what are the different things, how we can transfer from memory to registers, register to register, how we can jump from one location to another location, how to take data from input ports, and how to provide input as output, how to provide result as output on the output ports. Okay, so let me wrap this and let's now come to the second program. Okay. So what is the second program? So let me remove it here. Okay, let's open the second program, that is multiplication of two 8-bit numbers. So I have already created these programs, but I will first explain this with the help of a algorithm, and then we will discuss this particular program. Okay. So let's see first what we have to do. What is this program saying? It is saying perform the multiplication of two 8-bit numbers stored at memory location 0035H and 0036H. So we have two numbers at these addresses. So number 1, and at 0036 we have number 2. We have to perform the multiplication of these two. Okay. And you have to remember, whenever we are performing, so it is an 8-bit and this is also 8-bit. So whenever we perform the multiplication of two 8-bit numbers, the value can be stored in 16-bit numbers. Okay. So this 16-bit will be, that means to store this 16-bit numbers, we require two memory locations. So one memory location will be 0037. At this location, we will store one part, and at 0038, we will store other part of the result. Okay. So let's say, for example, the result was, let's take an example. For example, I am performing addition of multiplication of 8 into 4. So 8 into 4 is 32. So 32 can be represented in binary. So if you can represent 32 in binary, so it will be and other will be all 0. So these 8 bits will be stored at 0038 and these 8 bits will be stored at 0037. Now let's do the addition of, let's say, 8 into 16. So what is 8 into 16? 8 into 16 will be 8, 48, 128. So, or let's do not 16, let's do 16 into 16. So 16 into 16 is 256. So 256, yes. So it will be, so in binary, it will be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and then 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So these 16. So here, these 8 bits will be stored at 0037 and these bits will be stored at 003. Let's see how we can perform these multiplications. Okay, so let me rub these things here. So we already know that there is no multiply instruction in microprocessor 8085. So how do we perform multiplication in 8085? We perform the multiplication using repeated addition. Okay, what does that mean, using repeated addition? It means that if we have to do multiplication of 8 into 4, so that will be same as adding 8 4 times. Okay, or we can say adding 4 8 times. This is one and the same thing. Okay, so we will do a repeated addition. Let's see what we will do. So let me write it here. So the flow chart, the first is we will store this address in HL register pair. So what will be the instruction? The instruction will be LXI. So our HL register pair will contain 0035. Second, now we will take the data from this address and store in register B. So N1, we will store this N1 in register B. So we will do move B, M. So take the data from this memory and store in B. Then third is we will increment this register pair HL so that now it points here at this address. So we will do increment HL register pair. Now we will take data from this memory location and place it in, or let's take it here. Now what we are going to do, we will reset A to 0. So at this point, we don't know what is there in A. So A may contain a garbage value. So we will reset it. So how we can reset any register, or we can say the accumulator, by doing a XOR with itself. So when we do a XOR with itself, our A will be equal to A XOR A. So A XOR A will be equal to 0. Now A contains 0. Now we will also initialize C with 0. So C is another register. We will say it contains 0. Okay. So how we can initialize it 0? So there are two ways. We can write move immediate C as 0, or we can simply do move C comma A. Move the value of A in C. Now A contains 0, so C contains 0. So what we will do, we know that we have to perform multiplication. Multiplication of two 8-bit numbers. And we know that these 8-bit numbers can be stored in 16-bit number. So let's keep these 8 bits as register C and these these bits as register A. So our register A contains one part and our register C contains another part. So initially both contain 0. So after the end of program, our A will contain one part and C will contain another part. Then we will store A at location 0, 0, 3, 6, and this C at 0, 0, 3, 5. This will be a higher order, this will be a lower order. Okay. So let me rub this portion. So what we are going to do, now we have moved it. Okay. After this, we will do a repeated addition. We will do an addition. Okay. So what kind of addition we are going to do? We will add this value, N2 value. We will add this repeatedly. This value, N2. Now we know that our register pair HL is pointing to this value. So we will do repeated addition of this. Now our A contains 0 initially. We will add this number N2 to A and we will store it in A. We will do this particular operation repeatedly. But how many times we have to perform it? It depends upon this N1. So where is this N1? This N1 is stored in B. Okay, N1 is stored in B. So we will not only do this, we will also decrement B. And when this B reaches 0, we will stop. Okay. Also, this addition may result in generation of carry. Whenever there is carry because of this addition, we will increment C. Okay, because C is our higher order byte and it will contain the number of times overflow has occurred. Okay, so what we are going to do, so let me write it here. After this step, so we will do a repeated addition. Okay, after 6th will be let's so I am doing an addition. So let's name it addition. So what instruction I have to write? Add M. So it means add to A, we will add M. So what is M? M is this particular number because HL register pair is pointing to this number N2. Also here we will check if there is a carry. So let's say if there is no carry. There is no carry. What we have to do? So we will go to another point. Point 2. However, if there is carry, then we have to increment C. Okay. This we have already discussed. We have to increment C. Now here, I am saying go to point 2. Point 2 simply means that we have to skip this. Okay. So let me write it skip. So what is this skip? So this is another routine. So it is saying simply decrement B because we have to decrement B. Then we have to check if this B has reached to 0. If it has not reached to 0, that means jump not 0. So if it has not reached 0, then again we have to do addition. Okay. So it is saying jump not 0 to add. Okay. However, if it has reached to 0, okay, that means we have to go out of this. So it has reached to 0, that means we have completed the repeated addition. Okay. So now our A will contain 8-bit result and our C will contain other portion of 8-bit result. Now this portion we have to store at memory location 0037 and this we have to store at 0038. Now our HL register pair at this point contains 0036. We will do increment H. So now it contains 0037. Okay. No, sorry. At 0037, we will store this C and at 008, we will store A. So now our 0037, at this point, we will store C. Then again, we will do increment H. Now H will contain 0038. Then we will store A. Okay. So what are the instructions after this? So let me write those instructions here. So let me write it here. After this, so the instructions will be increment H and move M comma C, and again increment H, move M comma, and at the end we have 1. So this is the complete program, and this program is written here. This particular program. So I hope you understood the entire logic of this program. Now let's see the result after running this particular program. Okay. So let's go back here. So let's first clear everything. So whenever you are writing a program, you have to clear everything here. So reset all and also write where you want to load this program. Okay, so we have two 8-bit numbers stored at memory location is 0035 and 0038. So let's go to these memory locations 0035. 0035. So it is 0035, address is 53 in decimal. So at 53 we will store, let's say 8. Okay, and at this address 0036 54 we will store, let's say 10. So what should be the result? So at 0037, so our value will be, so what will be the final value? The final value will be, so let me write it here. So the final value will be 8 into 10. What is 8 into 10? 80. So 80 can be stored. So our A will contain 80 and our C will contain 0. Okay, because if you can convert this 80 into binary, so entire 80 can be stored in these 8 bits. So our C will contain 0, A will contain 80. So what is there in C? C is stored at location 0037 and A is stored at location 0038. So 0038 will contain 80 and 0037 will contain 0. So let's check if this is the case. So let's do the execution. So now let's go to 0037 and 0038. So 0037 should contain 0, it contains 0, and 0038 should contain 80, it contains 80. Okay, fine. So is it clear? Yes. So now let's write another example. So let's first reset everything, reset all. Let's update the values. So now let's store at 0035. 0035. So this is 53. Let's store what we want to store it here. Here, let's store 16. Great. And at this also, let's store 16. Okay. Now let's see what should be the result. So it is basically, we have to do 16 into 16. So what will be 16 into 16? So it will be 636. 6 into 1, 6, 9 into 6, 1. It will be 256. Okay. So 256 can be stored like this. So this is our A. This is our C. So C should contain 1 and A should contain 0. Okay, because 256 can be represented using 16 bits like this. So now A is stored at 0038. So 0038 should contain 0 and 0037 should contain 1. So let's see if this is the case. Okay. So let's check. Let's first do the assemble. Now let's do the execute. Let's go to these locations 0037. So 0037 contains 1 and 0038 contains 0. Okay. So here I have shown you 2 programs and how we can use these 2 programs to understand different concepts. In this program, we have also understood the use of logic instructions, this XOR instruction, and also the logic of using loops, how we can use loops. Okay. So let me stop this particular video here. And before stopping this particular video, I want to give you some assignments that you should try out on your own. So that means you have to write programs in JNU SIM 8085. So one assignment will be to perform subtraction of 2 8-bit numbers, and the second program will be perform division of 2 8-bit numbers. So these 2 programs you should do on your own and execute these programs using JNU SIM 8085 simulator. Okay, so let's meet in the next video related to writing programs in JNU SIM 8085, and in that particular program we will understand how we can find largest number in an array. Okay, and we will also understand other programs in our subsequent lectures. So let's meet in the next lecture. Till then, goodbye.